Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody, whoever may ever never see this. This is Siegfried Alexander Faust, the Whiff, coming back at you with some more Warhammer 40k. My voice is dying. This is the last video of the 4-part update from the recent point and data slate changes for Warhammer 40k 10th edition. I just covered in order Xenos, Chaos, Imperium not Space Marines, and finally Space Marines. If you like this content, please like, share, subscribe, or comment down below. It always makes my day. The Google Drive information below is updated as well for all these armies, so you can just jump on in and grab the Battlescribe list and it's good to go, as well as the mods on Steam Workshop. All of this you're seeing, you can just grab. You just go down to the mods below, and you can just, for free, just go grab the models, the units, the armies, and have at it. Without further ado, let's get started. I will point out something immediately. These are different Space Marine chapters. They have a bunch of blue stuff because that's the fastest one for me to locate, because it took a lot of time to do these things and I can't always find the right color set for the things I want anyway. And just first world problem in regards to TTS on here. But you know, it is still scripted properly for getting their individual bonuses for each faction. And regards to Blood Angels and Space Wolves, I've covered this before, but I'll say it again. I'm using their unique detachment. I'm not using their better version alternatives like Ironstorm or Vanguard or whatever the heck, because it is not their detachment. I understand, and I agree, it is a better way to play them because of different bonuses you get. That is for unique models. However, it is not their unique bonus, which is how you should play it. Again, it's not the best way, but it's their way. Moving on. I have decided, controversial choice, to remove the Land Raider here so I could get 2 Gladiator Lancers instead. The Land Raider would have been holding the fat chunk of Sword Brethren with the Emperor's Champion and Castellan hanging out with them, but points. Actually, no, it's just one of them. I think it was, no, 2 rhinos. That was it, 2 rhinos. But they could easily die, and it's going to be a problem either way. I don't really care. And this way, at least you have some ability to shoot back against, fight the system against tanks. Give you some anti-tank power, which is nice. Because if you destroy your enemy's tanks before they can destroy yours, guess what? You have tank superiority. You have heavy firepower. Your opponent does not. Neener. And guess what? If you don't bring any, then your opponent has heavy firepower, and you're going to be struggling to kill those tanks, which is going to suck. And you're not going to want to deal with that. And if they focus their tanks on your infantry die. But if it's against your tanks, then you don't have to worry about that, and you can get the infantry lead. So, better to have it than not. And I feel like that was enough argument for me to do it. Death Watch. I have an extra Brutalis and 1 less Hail Strike because point changes. That's it. I don't think there's anything else that's changed. Still is what it is. Brutalis is definitely worth considering now for the point changes. It's not bad. It wasn't bad before, and it's better now. I think it's actually ahead of the curve. Yeah, definitely ahead of the curve. It's a good thing to bring. Maybe great. I'm not sure if I'd go great. It's close enough to, like, consider calling it a great choice for an army if you want to just throw more vehicle spam somewhere. It's that level. Although Gladiator Lancer is better, but why not both? Going into Dank Angels. Dank Angels, I have 2 Blade Guard Ancients to hang out the Blade Guard that are with Lionel Johnson. So, Auspex Tactics, I'm going to call him out. I love his number crunching he does. He'll actually bring out the percentage data. I'm too lazy to do that. I think I tried to do that once, but I just didn't have the motivation. So I'll just do it like in my head or for myself really quickly. I don't want to make a whole slideshow. I've done that like only twice. Anyway, Inner Circle versus Blade Guard. They are overall better for damage output. Kinda. Against different targets as well. So they have a lot of variability with them. It's pretty cool. However, Blade Guards, because of my point setup, can get the Blade Guard Ancient with them. And while you could get, I think, Lieutenants with the Inner Circle as well, I believe it's more expensive. And so you couldn't have that with this point setup. Inner Circle don't have the survivability. So if you can survive longer with Blade Guards, get them from A to B to do objectives or stay in a fight, then they might get more damage output than the Inner Circle. Their kind of thing is like, oh, well, if we get the charge, we'll probably do more DPS and that'll carry us. And they're right. If you play the what if game, they get more advantages, but Blade Guard can circumvent the what ifs because you need to, when you play Warhammer, to think about you taking losses as well. How do you play it when on the back foot? Because if your entire playstyle is you always getting first turn, you always starting on the front foot, you make a bunch of stuff in your army that is going to rely on a 9-inch charge. But guess what? You got the biggest schlong in the whole world. You only make 12-inch charges. You can't roll below double 60s. It's not possible. You're that good. Then okay. But like when you don't get the charges and you put your stuff out in the open and you don't have good composition or survivability and you don't go first and you get absolutely bodied, maybe don't get upset. I've had people get upset by that. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen, eh? Like, you know, just... So I feel like Blade Guard are the better choice just because they have more survivability. And so they can give you more options to play tactical or aggressive with them. Or if you need a unit to sit on an objective, they can sit on an objective. And they can help guard Lionel Johnson as a little like half-moon formation and bring him up the field so he can buff the other people while staying a little bit guarded. Moving right along. Space Wolves, a woo-woo. Thunderwolves got point crunched. Upwards, unfortunate. I think... I don't know what I removed. Intercessors or something. I don't remember if I had to... I think... Oh, no, there was a Iron Priest. I got rid of the Iron Priest, and I think that fixed all the point issues. I don't think there's any other changes, honestly. Blood Angels. No changes! Haha! Still a bunch of Intercessors, unfortunately. Just hanging out while the fat chunk of Death Company and Sanguinary Guard just fly down the field. Hopefully get some support with the Gladiator Lancers. Time will tell. But again, this is with their specific detachments, not the better optional ones that are available with them. Feel free to, if you want some advice, I could be canoodled into making a list that's actually their best versions. And I'd probably just look at turning data. I usually actually disagree with a lot of turning lists. I find small changes and alterations I can make. It could be, I would say, on an MMR level. Maybe there is an anti-meta variable at play along with what is locally being played, so you know what to counter against your local, because if people don't have tanks, why bring anti-tank, etc. But yeah, I might eventually do that. Time will tell. And lastly, but not least, Space Marines. Specifically, this is going to be Ultramarines. Ultramarines! As a cringe person on the internet calls them. That I listen to their podcast. Marnius Calgar. He's going to be hanging out with the Victrix Honor Guard. Which I think would be super cool if you just give one of them a helmet and be like, oh yeah, no, it's, it wouldn't make sense though, because the dude's guarding Gilliman, but, have, what's his nuts, Cato Sicarius. It is I, Cato Sicarius. Crusader, gets a bad rap. Why? Because it doesn't have as much damage as the, Redeemer. Is it by that much? Not really. Are the points dip decent amount? Yeah. I think the Redeemer gets, like... Do I even have a Redeemer here? Damn. Redeemer is, like, I think 2 more wounds or something. But besides that, almost the entire other profile is the same, and the Redeemer has an extra weapon. Like, that's it. It's not that different. And, actually, the Crusader can hold 16, versus the Redeemer, I believe, is 12. So, you know, worth considering if you're trying to weasel some points in. This is still the baseline kit, Gladius Task Force. This is a lieutenant with combi weapons, so this is the guy that hangs out by himself. But he has an underrated thing, which is priority objective. Wait, yeah, priority objective. Gives people their reroll wounds of 1. Pretty dope. And he has some good survivability because if people go near him, he can fall back, do a move. And I can put on him the Artificer armor, and he comes with stealth built in. Not stealth, yeah, stealth. So save of 2 up, 5 up, feel no pain. Gets a free move. Can't be shot outside of 12. If you shoot at all, he doesn't have the outside of 12 stealth. It's just full stealth, -1. He's weirdly hard to bring down because it's hard to even shoot the dude. So you can even just use him as an action monkey for objectives. It's pretty cool. I do feel like you do need a land raider though, just to get the most out of the blade guard attack when you just throw them out with Malnar. Marnie's Calgar, I can combine his words. The stroke, it's taking effect, and Blade Guard Ancient. Anyway, that's the list. I might do one more just to do some other stuff in there, but that's the end of this part 4. If you do like this video, please like, share, subscribe. I always enjoy when I get more people in my community. It's very small. I do this for fun. It's part of a hobby. Again, you can grab all these in the workshop. I made them available for people to play and enjoy, and I'll update when there's more big changes. If you have any feedback or comments down below, it's always nice to hear and see. Take care and game on, gamers. Later. Bye.